Hey everyone, Alise here with AJ Moneycoach. I'm a professional financial coach and financial educator, and I'm here to teach you the playbook of your money. Today we're starting a new series here on YouTube called AJ's Book Club, and I'm going to introduce you to one of the first personal finance books I ever read, and one that is still one of my favorites, The Millionaire Next Door. Now, before we dive in, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe to my channel down below so you don't miss out on any other money tips and tricks. So this is The Millionaire Next Door, written by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko. It was first published back in 1996 with a revised preface written in 2010. Now, I first read this book shortly after it came out as a young 20-something and a recent college graduate. And let me tell you, it completely blew my mind. It took my beliefs about what it meant to be rich or wealthy and completely flipped the script. So let me give you a little bit of context into my experience with the book. So I grew up in a middle-class household, in a neighborhood made up primarily of middle class, upper middle class, and possibly even some rich households. And I say supposedly rich households because often what you see isn't the whole story. So what I knew at the time was this: we definitely weren't poor. We always had a warm, safe, clean house to live in. We had food on the table. We had clothes that fit us and that were clean. And we were loved. Like, these are the important things in life. And beyond the basics, as kids, my siblings and I participated in extracurricular activities, whether that be scouting or dance classes or sports. Our family had a dedicated place to camp, we had a boat, and in the summertime, we would take long road trips to visit family in our conversion van, and we would camp along the way. And it was great. We made some great family memories. But I do remember feeling that other families around us had more. And to a teenager, more meant things like fancy ski trips over winter break, bigger houses with swimming pools, designer label clothing, summer vacations where you went on an airplane and you stayed in a hotel, things like that. And by the time I was a sophomore in high school, more meant this. It meant that nearly every week, one of my classmates would get called out of class over the loudspeaker to go out to the parking lot and find a BMW or some other fancy car, brand new, wrapped in a red bow, waiting for them for their birthday. Yeah. And so, I roll my eyes now, but to a bunch of 16-year-olds, this was a pretty blatant demonstration of the haves and the have-nots. Or so we thought. When someone clearly had nicer stuff or more stuff, the story I was kind of led to believe, or the story that I was taught, was, well, their dad's a lawyer, or their mom's a doctor, or, gee, I don't know what their parents must do to afford those things. And so as a teenager, you kind of grow up thinking, well, gosh, only doctors or lawyers or people with these like mysterious professions, maybe even nefarious professions, are ever going to be able to afford nice things. So yeah, I went off to college, but I didn't study law and I didn't study medicine. And I think I just thought, well, I'll probably be okay with my accounting degree. And I still didn't really understand what were these secret things that people did to afford nice things, or better yet, to become that elusive word, millionaires. And then somehow, I don't even remember how, but I got my hands on this book. And I devoured it, like stayed up all night devouring it. And what did I find out? Well, I found out that the school teacher who lived next door, who got up and mowed his own lawn every Saturday morning, was more likely to be a millionaire than the outspoken lawyer down the street driving the Ferrari and taking his whole family to Paris every summer. Whoa. Like, whoa. And so I remember being like, what? How? Is this for real? Like how is this even possible? Well, without spoiling it, it's less about what you earn and more about what you keep. In the book, Dr. Stanley and Dr. Danko take you through a study of real life millionaires, and they lay out the specific behaviors that people take to become millionaires. And newsflash, the behaviors don't involve financing luxury cars, constantly buying bigger houses, and trying to keep up with the Joneses. And so I suddenly understood that not everyone I saw carrying a Gucci bag or driving a Porsche was actually wealthy. In fact, many of them were in debt up to their eyeballs trying to appear wealthy. Those that were actually building wealth were doing so quietly and efficiently, and better yet, they were teaching their children how to do this. Now, guys, I love this book so much that I reread it about every 5 years or so. And every time I reread it, I find a new nugget of information, or I hone in on a new story that really resonates with me. And the last time I read it, in 2020, I was really taken by this story of an adult son of a farmer from Nebraska. And this particular farmer grew corn. So his father taught him about money the same way he taught him about growing corn. You can consume it all right away, or you can let it grow into something even more valuable. And so what he said to his son is, seeds are a lot like dollars. You can eat them all now, or you can sow them. And when you see what these seeds can grow into, 10-foot high stalks of corn, you'll understand how valuable they can be, and you won't want to waste them. If you decide to read this book, you're going to find that many of the stories referenced are from 1996, when the book was originally written. And what that means is that some things like salaries, prices of things, maybe even common household structures may seem a little outdated to you. It's okay. Try not to get caught up in that, and don't miss the main message of the book. So look around your life, look around your neighborhood. Who do you think the millionaires are? And who are the ones that you never suspect? So if you haven't read the Millionaire Next Door yet, I highly recommend you go out and get it. Even better, check it out for free at your local library or using a library app like Libby. And if you would, please give this video a like, please share it, and please make sure you subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at AJ Moneycoach for free tips and tricks with your money. I'll see you guys next week. Hey everyone, it's Alise with AJ Moneycoach. Don't know what the I am. How am I going to do any of this if I couldn't even remember my name?
Well, 1 + 1 = 2.
I can't even remember my name.
Wait,
how am I going to read anything else? You're breathing. Stop. Not stop breathing, but stop giggling.
Stop breathing.
Okay. And so I suddenly understood that not everybody, just kidding, I don't understand anything.